Saturday and I've been in Bend for a couple of days now, just enjoying riding the trails, doing some shorter rides, getting used to being back on a mountain bike on single track again, which is so good, but also there's a lot of room for improvement right now. I'm very rusty with my technical skills. Now that I've been on for a couple of days, it's time to try my longest ride back since the injury. I'm gonna try to go for a little over 4 hours and see how it does. Brienne has been racing this weekend, doing the stage race that's going on, so he'll also be out for probably around 4 hours today. We said bye to him this morning and made sure that he packed all of his nutrition this time. If you remember last time, he forgot all of his nutrition, so he did whatever length of race on a single gel and bonked 90 minutes in. So fingers crossed that things go better this time. I have a few hours before I have to get on the bike, so I'm gonna make a route.
Not yet. Say not yet.
Don't tell Brienne we're watching the Giro without him. Make some breakfast and take you all along for the ride and tell you more of the story of why this being the longest ride since the injury is a little bit of a big deal. Bon appetit. Here we go. So this ride begins and ends where many things do in Bend at Phil's Trail Complex. That was the first place that I ever rode when I first came to Bend, and it just is full of so many miles of what I would call make you smile single track. So super excited to start the ride there. It's a pizza oven. What is this? I'm here in a bike lane. It's probably 5 feet wide next to a beautiful road. There's also, what I did not realize, a bike path right next to this in case you don't want to be on the road. And I know that there is also a bike path on the other side up there. 4 miles in, made it to single track. Well, double track. So this might be a good time to tell you all about this route. So there's this group called Dirty Free Hub, and they make these amazing gravel guides for a bunch of different areas, and Bend is one of them. So they have a bunch of kind of like approved routes where they've already done all the research, and they post them to their website, where they also have GPS files, GPS X or S files linked. So I found this one. It's called 4 Boys. It's apparently this group of 4 guys made this route for early springtime when there's still not too much trail traffic, but it'll get you out off the main trails. Ooh, pine cones. So we're gonna do that. 1 girl versus 4 boys. That sounds like something else. Scratch that. Single girl taking on a route. And I can't wait. It's like 56 miles. Trying a mountain bike might be more than 4 hours. Actually, probably would be. We'll see. I'm so sweaty. There's so much forest thinning going on up here, and Bend always smells good, but I wish I could just take this scent and send it through the computer because it is just pine. It smells so fresh and it's like overwhelming. Like, I've been riding for an hour and I haven't gotten used to that smell yet. It's just, you know, when you get used to a smell and you stop noticing it, has not happened. It's just pine every time you take an inhale. This red dirt is really incredible. All right, so about an hour in, 11 miles in. That math is going to be tricky to get this ride done in 4 hours, but Stoke is still 10 out of 10. But I wanted to take you back and tell you where my knee issues actually started, because it wasn't with the ACL tear. It was a year before that when I decided to enter in to do a 375-mile bikepacking event in Southern California called the Stagecoach 400. That was going to be my first bikepacking event. Not my first time bikepacking, but the first race, and I wanted to win. I wanted to beat the FKT, the fastest known time, and I felt like it was pretty doable. So I went in with a really aggressive plan to basically just not sleep, and I did that well. But I made it 300 miles before my body just could not take it, mainly saddle issues, and I had to pull out of the race. I was really on pace to break that FKT, but it doesn't matter unless you do it, so it didn't happen. And after that race, I thought that my issues were all with my saddle zone, but when I was walking around the next few days, I noticed that both of my knees were really hurting, and after about a week, my right knee, this guy, was okay again, but my left knee, this one, and it has the beautiful scar on it, was not very okay. Short rides left it hurting, and I was just building back up very slowly. Okay, downhill, you'll be put away, so I'll finish this story in a bit. Problem number one has come up. There was supposed to be water back there at the visitor center, trail center, whatever it was, and it was turned off. So this is not my ideal situation, because I did not bring my biggest bottles because there was supposed to be water. So we'll be conserving. Oh, single track time. Navigation has gone slightly awry. I'm supposed to be on that road over there, but instead I'm on this single track. Oh no, just kidding. Continue the story. After Stagecoach, my knee really was not coming back the way it needed to, and I wasn't really able to do more than 2-hour rides without being in pain. So I decided, sorry, I don't know why I'm switching sides so much. I decided to go to physical therapy and get some help. And I was in physical therapy for about 6 months, diligently just working on strength. They thought that it was sort of a lateral glute problem, and that if I could get more strength in my glutes, then everything down the chain would be positively impacted. So that was working pretty well. I was able to get back up to doing about 5-hour rides, but it would just hit a point where it was not okay anymore after that. And that was really a challenge for me. I had a lot of ultra endurance races signed up that I wanted to do, and I had to keep canceling every single one of them because I wasn't back to where I needed to be, where I would even be able to complete those races at all. And that was really mentally challenging for me. So before we did the California bikepacking trip, I decided to go and see a doctor, and I went and saw a orthopedic specialist, and he was like, you know, this is probably inflammation related. Let's see if we can get the inflammation down, if your pain goes away. So he gave me a cortisone injection into that knee, and I waited about a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then we went to California, did the bikepacking trip. Pain was gone. It was phenomenal. But it also felt a little bit like a cheat, and that it was pretty short-lived because about a month after, sorry, I need my rear brake now. About a month after that trip, the pain came back, and it started coming back on 2-hour rides. And that was really heartbreaking, to go from being okay to being not okay at all in such a short span of time. Sorry, wind noise going a little fast. Look at this view though. Sorry about that. Okay, and we're back. So I found a physical therapist in Idaho Falls. She did an assessment and she thought that I had IT band syndrome, which is when your IT band is basically rubbing when your knee bends, and that causes inflammation and causes pain. It's really common in runners. You can see it in cyclists too. You can see it in a lot of different people. So treatment was pretty much the same, just get stronger, they said. And that's what I was doing until I tore my ACL. So basically, it's been about 2 years since I have had a super functional knee on that side. And because of that, every time I feel like I'm gonna do my longest ride in a while, it's sort of a big deal to me. I should also note that being in a body that lets me be on a bike and riding at all is an extreme privilege, and it's one that I am incredibly grateful for. It put a lot more gratitude in my heart going through those injuries and realizing that this is something that before these injuries I really took for granted a lot more than I do now. Being able to be out in this environment, you know, just count yourself lucky every day you get to do that. All right, brief pit stop. Okay. Pause the bike ride. We have to go take a look. I mean, wow. This route is absolutely incredible so far. The description said that you'll be jumping on and off single track, gravel, and pavement so quickly that you won't know what to do with yourself. And it's right. I have no idea what to do with myself. Look at this. downhill track to a bike path. For how long? I have no idea. I'm really hoping that there's some water soon because I'm pretty thirsty. It's my hottest ride in a while. It's been a very cold winter in Idaho, so I would really like some water. You know, a smarter person would have just brought a water filter because we've been by the Deschutes River like the last 5 miles and I easily could have gotten water, but oh well. am 2.5 hours in, about halfway done, which definitely means I'm not on track for 4 hours, but there is a lot more downhill on the second half of this route, and I didn't really know how fast this was going to be anyway, given all the surfaces, so maybe just overestimated. That's okay. Or underestimated time. But this bike path going through this forest is very nice, and there's been a bunch of lava rocks out there that I think we'll be able to see once we get up to the viewpoint. Got very lucky because the bathrooms were open and they had water, and it's a little warm, to be honest, because it came from the faucet that was like an automatic one, but it's better than nothing, you know? So now we're going to go to the top of that, I believe, and then we'll turn it around and go back. I've never seen colors this saturated. Oh my gosh. This is where we're going. This looks hilarious. Alright, yeah, time to go up. This climb is tough. It's averaging like 10%. I'm at 13 now. Whew. Descent, just like a continual gradual right turn. Taking a quick stop because Brienne just called me twice when I was riding, and a little earlier than I anticipated that he would be done. So that either means that something went wrong or he had a great race. So let's call him back and find out.
Hello.
Hello. Is it good or is it bad?
Is what good, bad?
Are you good or are you bad?
Oh, I'm bad, but I'm okay.
Did you finish?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. You called me a little earlier than I thought you were going to be done, so I was a little nervous.
Oh, I just finished quickly.
That's great.
That 7-mile hill, I felt good for the first 2 miles. Shallow breathing. After the race, 8 or 9 people, which means I could have finished like 11th place or something.
I'm glad he's good. single track. I'm a little tired of turning. I'm on gravel. This is crazy. It is also very good news that my knee is holding up because I still have 12 miles of this route left. So it'll be more like a 5-hour ride. So up here, so I have to decide if I'm gonna take the bike path back, which would be the easier option, or if I'm gonna cut through Phil's Trail Complex in order to get to the other side and then take roads back from there. Since my knee feels good and I still have water and the way back through the trail complex is way more fun. Bye. Done. 5 hours, 10 minutes, and 56 miles. Oh, I almost fall off my bike at the end. So happy. That's a long clip inside of a bag. There is a problem too at the moment, which is that this morning when Brienne went to the race, he took the car. It's fine. I was riding from the Airbnb, but the car is where the chamois cream was. So I did not apply any this morning, and I'm beginning to feel that now. But that's okay. Who needs skin?